Another little Apple update here. We've talked extensively about how Apple and other brands have been trying to diversify their production and move some of it away from China. We have a figure here, a number. Apparently now 7 to 10% of iPhone 12 production is going to move from China to India. That's not an insignificant amount. I mean, you're talking about millions and millions of phones. Up until recently, the flagship models, in this case the 12, but also previous 11 Pros, things like this, wouldn't be the ones to be manufactured locally in India. It would be more the budget models or the previous generation models. This time around, we're talking about the actual flagship unit. Foxconn assembling those models for both domestic sale and export. So also not just for the Indian market, but potentially to go to other countries nearby. And we have the quote here. The iPhone 12 will be manufactured. This is not a quote. This is from the original article, Money Control. The iPhone 12 will be manufactured at Taiwanese manufacturer Foxconn's facility in Tamil Nadu. Apple is expected to shift 7 to 10% of its production capacity. Under the Indian government's production-linked incentive PLI scheme, Apple has partnered with Foxconn, Wistron, and Pegatron. And the facility was also supposed to manufacture iPhone 12 mini, but that decision is yet to be made. This might have something to do with the popularity or lack of popularity of that particular model. CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, is bullish about the company's prospects in the Indian market. Listen to this. Here's the quote from Tim Cook. This is particularly the case in some of the emerging markets where we're proud of how we've done. If you take India, for example, we doubled our business last quarter compared to a year ago, but our absolute level of business there is still quite low relative to the size of the opportunity, Cook told analysts during a post-earnings call. So this is true. Apple, tiny footprint in India. One of the things that had held them back was these tremendous tariffs and fees that ended up making their way to the eventual customer. And people sitting there saying, look at this price tag. I can't deal with this. Mm-hmm. Talking about a more expensive price here than in places that may have a higher average wage, places like here, and I'm paying more over here because of these. So, of course, the idea there was to encourage Apple to do exactly what they're doing, which is now bring some level of manufacturing to that place in order to lower those prices through skipping those tariffs and then potentially growing domestically. Mm-hmm. That's the idea. Now, it's not just India. It's all kinds of countries in Asia that are benefiting from this move away from China. And I guess tech companies, some level of recognition here that being solely dependent on one particular nation might be a little bit risky given shifting political climates and all that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta diversify.
You make stuff all over the place, and then you're a little more robust, a little less centralized.
Sure.
Remind me of crypto all of a sudden, which we're going to get to later in the show. Yeah, and during the crypto segment.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this show, it covers it all. I don't know if you knew that, Will.
Yeah.
We go all over the place. If it happened on the internet.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, if it happened on the internet, we're going to tell you.
Okay.
And if we don't tell you it, then it never happened on the internet.
Yeah.
You see how that works? You don't have to go anywhere else. Anyway, it's been a tough move away from China. Apple, though, is preparing to also bring iPad production to India, and apparently, eventually, Apple is aiming to move 15 to 30% of its production out of China, looking for new places to potentially be manufactured. Maybe even the United States at some point. Could you imagine?
Sure.
Made in the USA? I don't know. Probably not. That Mac Pro thing was more of a, Trump visited and they shook hands and he took one Mac Pro with him. It was very small volume for Apple.
Yeah.
A phone would be interesting if they could do such a thing in the US. Anyway,